Welcome back to Sound and Communications Viewpoint. I'm Christopher Maione of Costello Maione Schuch, an audiovisual consulting firm, and my esteemed colleague with me is Dave Berlin of Video Corporation of America, one of the leading integrators in the Northeast. So Dave, our topic, open architecture. We've gotten a lot of feedback over the last 2 weeks from a lot of manufacturers that had comments on what we mentioned at our last show. At what point should a manufacturer who's established a certain plateau in our industry, where they've developed a particular niche in their world, and they've established a standard, at what point should that manufacturer more or less have to open that architecture up for us?
Well, you used the word have to. I think it's about having that manufacturer realize the business model around what would be good of licensing what they have. And it's really important to take a look at, do they have enough of a platform in which for others to develop? And
Sure.
You know, you had mentioned Dolby at being world class at doing that. They had a platform, they had a technology, and they opened it up.
Yeah, and think about it. They're a superb model for a firm that brought audio to a new level in home cinema and in home theater, and now it is licensed everywhere, and it's open. You can use it, but I guess the question is, in our industry, firms like Cisco and Polycom and Tandberg and Biamp and Extron, Crestron, AMX, all those, at what point will they need to, or do they have the wherewithal to create a business model to open up their proprietary formats?
You know, I think it's an interesting choice of words, proprietary versus standardization, and I think we really need to focus on that. What core technologies have they developed that would completely benefit our industry tremendously? Right. Do they have technologies? Maybe TMS from Tandberg is something that, you know, clearly there's no direct equivalent to it in the marketplace. You know, it's integration with Microsoft Outlook and its integration into various environments. It seems that by doing it, that they'll create a bigger pie. Right. So currently, manufacturers are very worried about protecting their slice of pie.
And that's, you know, you mentioned Microsoft, and they've certainly been closed, but then you mentioned Outlook, and they've opened up Outlook, and they want people to create hooks into all sorts of things for compatibility with Outlook, scheduling, room control. Yet we still see certain manufacturers who think that, you know, having their own stuff closed is a way of gaining market share. And, you know, that may be a strategy. I don't necessarily agree with it. But, you know, when should they open it up? When does it start to do a disservice to our clients and not being able to design and specify systems in a non-proprietary world in order to have that open architecture that we're looking for?
Well, I think it's almost the clients have to demand the fact that things open up. As an AV integrator or a consultant, we could make suggestions, we could try to demonstrate the business model and why it's necessary. Our clients, I mean, and we deal with some of the largest institutions in the world, governments, they have to demand that their various systems talk and be able to use these systems. And it's up to the individual company to realize creating a larger pie, creating a business revenue stream, a reoccurring revenue stream, may be a better way to go and help establish their core products as more of a platform.
Right, and we need to really rely and lean on the recognized leaders of our industry to take this position. We've seen a whole bunch of small companies who develop niches, who have kept it more or less closed architecture and proprietary, and then what happens? They go out of business, and these systems are not supported. And that puts us in a very awkward position with clients who have systems, you know, and the hardware is gone, the manufacturer is gone.
Absolutely. That's why it's so important when you're recommending manufacturers and systems, and we're doing the same thing, and we're working together, that we're relying on the largest manufacturers, the one with the most credibility, the one with the best technology, to really go forward. Because you know, we look back over, I've been at VCA working there for 21 years now, and I look back at all the manufacturers that have come and gone, and those core ones that are really keeping on the edge of development.
Those are the recognized leaders.
Absolutely. Those are the leaders.
Good points. We have to take a break now. This is Sound and Communications Viewpoint. We'll be back in a few minutes.